Dozens of messages just got revealed around that Butler, Pennsylvania shooters, not the actual shooter, but the 6 agents that were supposed to protect Trump. Wait till you see this. This is a news scandal, but I think this is a warning because I believe Democrats are ratcheting up their violence against Trump and against the rest of us. You see it with ICE agents, you see it in their protests, you see it in their little underground secret seminars made to tear apart America, but specifically anything Trump is doing in any of his departments. This is Steve Bannon talked about kind of this deep state that is at the Pentagon. He said, we don't control the Pentagon, we don't control the CIA, we don't control the FBI. And if the president, if they're not falling under the president's control, then no one's in control. In other words, they're a dark secret agency working without any oversight. Welcome to Doug and Exile. This is where the happy patriots are, because we remain happy because we're relying on you and I. This is our country. They can't take it. These elites and all these dark forces and FBI and all these state agents, you don't scare me. Illegals don't scare me either. This is my country. Good luck trying to take it from me. It's not going to happen. We're here to fight, not physically, but if it came to it in self-defense, you better believe it, I would throw down for my country. So here is Trump at that Butler event, and they're going to show you all of the texts that were on the Secret Service's phones right before he goes on tape. Okay, so 7 minutes before the shooting happens, this is the text on the upper left, real time. He's sitting to the direct right, just so you know. He knows you guys are up there. Roger that. Put it in my car on a picnic table. They're saying who is where. 50 yards from the exit, go out with my rifle. So they're starting to tell them what's going on. Kid learning about building. They're watching a kid learning about the building. They're watching kid. They said, I see him with a rangefinder. That was 7 minutes before Trump was shot. He's looking towards the stage. You want to notify SS snipers to look out? I lost sight of him. Call it into command. Have uniform check it out. Looking towards the stage. This is why the police were removed from duty, both the local police out in Butler, Pennsylvania, but also 6 of the Secret Service guys, for their floppy, sloppy work. That is, Trump, as soon as they got this, they should have done, there's the earpiece in Trump's ear, they should have gone out on stage and gotten him off of that stage. He was in that kind of danger. They didn't do enough about it. Now, this is going to go to Democrats feeling like they are correct in acting out with some kind of violence. This is a change now is happening in their strategy. Here's one of my favorites. This is, I forgot her name, but she's on Laura Ingraham. Here you go.
I think J.D. Vance was right in capturing this as hatred, but there is a desire, and I know you've written about it, to dismantle that which came before, because then they're in charge, and they have all the perks and benefits, and everyone else has the crumbs.
Yeah, I mean, there's something so utterly godless to have been gifted the gift of a university degree, which, thanks to the economy the Democrats created, has been the only avenue to the American dream for so long, only to use it to espouse these anti-American views. What's important for your audience to realize is that the Democrats seem to be moving on from the identity politics and the wokeness. They're moving into this economic socialist populism, but it is utterly distinct from the president's economic populism.
Okay, this is my most important thing in this whole video right here. When she said, because to me it's a big message to all of us, because I'm always telling you what the strategy is between Democrats and Republicans. So this is a major shift. If Democrats are coming off of the woke stuff, that Democrats are not campaigning on the trans issue, sex issue, race, DEI, they're going, look guys, that's not going to be a winner for us in 2026 or 28. It's not working. We're moving on. Now we're doing straight up socialist populism. So that means you'll hear them decry more, say, about income distribution or taxing the rich or whatever. Those are going to be more of the statements that you'll see come from them. I just found that was interesting that she acknowledged that counter program and how they directly fly in the face of Trump's values.
His populism is rooted in in a love of country, a love of the working class, and a love of the idea of work, the idea that labor, work gives you dignity, and that is something we should respect, and that working class Americans like working hard, and they should be rewarded for it with the American dream. And you have to contrast that with what's on offer from the left. It's not rooted in the working class. It's rooted in an over-credentialed elite urbanite group who are disaffected, who hate the idea of labor, and that's why they want an open border. They think that labor is undignified and should be done by illegal immigrants who should be brought in here because it's beneath them to work.
That's Batya Unger Sargon. I botched her name earlier. Batya Unger Sargon, who's saying, kind of outlining, this is formal Marxism, what the Democrats believe about illegals. Before, this takes away, by the way, the excuse that says, oh, they're just here to give the illegals the vote. The Democrats are fine with them not getting the vote and just being a slave class for cheap, unrepresented labor. So yeah, get them to vote. If they're all going to vote conservative, they don't want them to have to vote anyways. There's Cory Booker upset that Comey Brennan might have their lives destroyed by a weaponized DOJ investigation. Now, I'm going to change some of this episode towards the end of this. We're going to get into why the Democrats champion their victimhood. This is about their victimhood. So when Trump calls out Brennan, or when they do an investigation on Brennan, Cory Booker is emphasizing the victimhood because they're going to weaponize it.
There's so much fear, which is part of the Trump Kash Patel. What they want to do is they want to intimidate and threaten people. Look at what they're doing now with Comey. This is all a way to weaponize the law. If you stand up against us, if you speak against us, we will bring the full course of the law. And even if we don't win, we're going to destroy your lives by causing you hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal bills, reputational damages. We'll send a Twitter horde against you.
Okay, so that's all fear-mongering. Why is he fear-mongering? Look at this. This is an article that I found that I really respect a lot. This guy is Stephen Stewart Williams. He's one of my favorite voices. 12 things everyone should know about the psychology of victimhood. I'm not going to go over all 12. I'm just going to do 2 of them. Come down here. Number 1, victimhood as a personality trait. Number 1, it has a need for recognition. It has a moral elitism. It has a lack of empathy, and we saw that with so many of these people. When your side, when something bad happens to them, like in the flood, when they were those white children that died in the flood, the left had no empathy for them. Mm-hmm. It was politicized. And then rumination, a tendency to obsess over problems, unpleasant experiences, and perceived slights, which is all of DEI and Black Lives Matter. And then here's victim signaling as a manipulation tactic. This is how they communicate. Not every claim of victimhood is genuine. People with manipulative, narcissistic, or psychopathic tendencies sometimes weaponize victimhood. They exaggerate harm, fabricate grievances, and leverage sympathy to exploit other people's better nature. You'll see birds feign injury. It's all a ruse. And no one more psychotic and injured than going like, I'm a victim, and so we have to take away your free speech. This is an older clip from Hillary. All this reminded of her so much.
If the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm.
It's real harm. So this is a form of victimhood where she's projecting, look, so much real harm is coming from X and Facebook that we have to moderate and control free speech. Are you catching the argument now? This is a giant Democrat mode of thinking, big mode, and you're seeing more and more of it. The reason why a protester, by the way, an illegal, throws a brick at a cop car and they're, threatening ICE agents is because they believe they're victims. And they're going, therefore, I am justified